Hello, students. Today we are starting a new poem from your Hornbill book, The Voice of the Rain. It is written by Walt Whitman. The Voice of the Rain. It is very beautiful poem. So starts. Uh, the poet starts the poem that and who art thou? Said I to the soft falling shower, which, strange to tell, gave me an answer as here translated. These are the two lines, and in these two lines, the poet asked a question to rain. He said, Who art thou? Who art thou? It is an old English word, art. Art means are, and thou means you. Who art thou? Who art thou means who are you? And the poet asked this question to the uh, soft falling shower. He said that the poet asked this question, who are you? Said I. Here I, who is I? I refers to poet. I refers to poet. So poet asked, said I means the poet asked a question to soft falling shower. Soft falling shower. Soft falling shower means that rain that falls slowly. Soft falling shower. So there is no heavy rain. The rain is falling very slowly, very softly. Okay, so these are the this is the question which poet asks to the rain, to the shower, to the soft falling rain. And in the next line, which strange to tell, gave me an answer as here translated. And the very wonderful thing and very strange thing is that the poet said it is strange to tell. The poet said it is strange. What is strange? Gave me an answer. The rain gave me an answer. It is strange. Okay, when he asked a question to the rain, who are you? Then rain gave him an answer, and it is very strange. And it is very amazing thing. And as here translated, and the poet says further that I translated here the rain's answer. What was the answer of the rain? What the answer gave answer to the poet? He translated that answer here in this poem. So this poem is the answer of rain. So it is called Voice of the Rain. Okay, because it is the answer of the rain. Rain gave answer to the poet, and poet wrote that answer in this poem form, verse form. So that is called Voice of the Rain. Okay, so now we start the poem. The poet said, I am the poem of earth. The poet gave answer, I am the poem of earth, said the voice of the rain. Eternal I rise impalpable out of the land and the bottomless sea, upward to heaven whence vaguely formed altogether changed and yet the same. I descend to lave the dots atomies dust layer of the globe, and all that in them without me were seeds only latent, unborn, and forever by day and night I give back life to my own origin and make pure and beautified. For song issuing from its birthplace after fulfillment, wandering, racked or unracked, duly with love returns. So it is a beautiful answer of the poem. The rain said, I am the poem of earth. The rain said, I am the poem of earth. The poet here describes a mystical experience. Once there was a soft shower of rain, and poet asked the shower who he was. and then rain gave answer. That is called the voice of the rain. The rain said that it was the poem of earth. It said that it keeps rising eternally out of the land and bottomless sea. He said eternally. Eternal. Eternal means immortal. Immortal. Which remains forever, not die. So reigns is eternal. I rise impalpable. So I. The rain said, this I is referred to rain. This I, these I, and here I also refers to rain. Okay. So rain said, I rise impalpable. Impalpable means that cannot be touched. Out of the land and bottomless sea. Out of the land and bottomless sea. You can see that the water, if there are a land, if there is a land and a sea, the bottomless sea. Bottomless sea means a deep bottom. So like it is a water, and you can see the evaporization. You can read in the science, and the vapor raise from the water, and the water in the land, and vapors raise from there also. Okay. You read the water cycle. Okay. So it said, rain said that I rise impalpable. I rise without touching or without being seen, out of the land and bottomless sea, upward to heaven. And where the rain goes? Rain goes to upward the heaven. When the water, the vapor raise from water bodies, and it goes to the heaven. Heaven means sky. Upward to heaven, whence vaguely formed. Whence vaguely formed. From where vaguely formed means roughly made, improper shape. Improper shape means that the shape that is not proper. It means the shape of clouds. You can see when the rain rise from the sea or from the land where the water is there. So rain rise from there, and it goes towards the sky, and there it take a shape of cloud, and that is vaguely formed. That is not the proper shape, improper shape, altogether changed, and it changed its shape, it changed its look, it changed its form. Okay. It takes a vague form, which is quite different from the form which it rise. Because when it is rising, that is the vapor form, and you cannot see that, or you cannot touch that. So it is vapor form, but when it goes to sky, it takes a vague form, a different shape, and that is the cloud shape. It becomes cloud, and yet the same. Now the poet said yet the same. Earlier the poet said altogether changed, and in next line the poet says and yet the same. So what is the meaning of yet the same? Yet the same means, but it remains the same in its nature and composition. It changes only in its form, not in its essence. Okay, not in its quality or originality. It is also there, but the form, it change its form, outer form, and yet the same in the essence, the nature, composition, that is same. Okay. And after that, the poet says in the next stanza, I descend to lave the draughts, atomies, dust layer of the globe. I descend, and then you can see when the when vapor take a vaguely form or the cloud form, and then what happened? The rain said, I descend means I comes down. The rain comes down, it means the rainfall. The rainfall in soft falling shower. And then it said that the rain tells the poet that it comes down from the sky to lave the draughts. Lave means to bathe, to wash. So the rain tells to the poet that it comes down from the sky to wash the earth's dry land. Teeny particles and layer of dust. It said that draughts, atomies, and dust layer of the globe. When it comes down, at wash draughts. Draughts means the dry area, the dry area of the land. Atomies means small particles, teeny tiny particles, and dust layer. Dust layer means the layer of dust of the globe. When rain falls, is there any if is it, there any dust in the atmosphere? So the rain washed that. So the poet said, the rain said, I descended to lave draughts, atomies, dust layer of the globe. And all that in them without me were seeds only latent unborn. And what the next the poem, the rain said? And all that in them without me means without rain, were seeds only latent unborn. The seeds, when we bow the seeds and the earth, like the sea in the earth, it is the earth like, and there are some seeds. And the rain said that in them without me were seeds only latent unborn. Latent unborn. Latent means hidden. The seeds are hidden inside the earth. Unborn. Unborn, that cannot grow without me. And when rain falls on the ground and the seeds have water, then it grows. Okay, then the seed can grow. If all the seeds, if the seeds get water from the rain, then it grows and becomes a plant. Okay, only then it can grow. So the rain said, without me the seeds were hidden and unborn. It means rain grows the seeds into a plant. And forever by day and night I gave back life to my own origin. And the poet said that it bathes all those that without it were mere seeds. Without rain, they could never sprout into new life. They would have remained unborn. So rain gives life to unborn seeds. The rain says that it keeps giving back life to the earth from which it is born. It keeps making the earth pure and beautiful. The rain is saying that I gave back life to my own origin. What is the rain's origin? The rain's origin of the land and bottom and the sea. Land and sea, it is the origin place of water or the rain, because from there the rain rising and goes to the heaven, and then it condensation and it falling down. And so the poet says that the rain said that I give back life, because when rain falls, the seeds grows, and everywhere the greenery is growing, greenery grows. So the rain said that I gave life to my own origin. I gave life to my own origin means I gave life to the land from where the rain born. Okay. And then and make pure and beautify, and then rain make pure and beautify the land. Okay. And next, and in the last line, the poet says that for song, it is the bracket, these lines in bracket. For song issuing from its birthplace after fulfillment, wandering, racked or unracked, duly with it love returns. For song. And here the poet here compares rain to the song, rain to the song, for issuing, for song issuing from its birthplace. uh, a, a song leaves its birthplace from the poem, which is its birthplace. It goes about singing to attract the other peoples. Then, after wandering and fulfillments of its love of to the people, it comes back to its own place, to the poet. It does not matter whether anyone has paid attention to it or not. It is called racked on racked. Racked on racked means heard or unheard. That is not. It is not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether anyone has paid attention or not to it. It comes back satisfied to its birthplace. Similarly, the rain comes back to its birthplace satisfied and happy. Okay. Like the a poet make a poem. Okay. So what is the birthplace of poem or the song? What is the birthplace of song? The birthplace of song is from the heart of poet. Heart of poet. So heart of the poet is the birthplace of song, and it comes out from the heart of the poet, and it wandering means it goes in the whole universe or whole world, and after fulfillment, and it satisfied the people. It satisfied the people enjoy those songs or those poems. People love those poems or those songs, and that then it returns means as a praise form. The people praise to the poet, people praise to the song, and that praising comes back to its birthplace, and that the praising form that comes to the poet's heart. So the cycle is complete. As the water cycle is complete, as the water raise from the sea and land, and it goes to heaven, and there it form the clouds, and after that the rain, the water falling from there, falls from there, and so water cycle is completed. So it is the poet compares this water cycle with the poem cycle or the song cycle. And the song or the poem rises from the heart of the poet, and it goes to the whole world, and it fulfillment, the feelings of the people loves or people enjoys, and people were people remains happy to heard to hearing or to hear the song, and that as a praise form they praise the poet or the song, and that the praising form it comes back to the poet, and the song cycle or the poem cycle is completed. Record on record duly with love returns. It heard or unheard by the people, but it returns with love. Okay, as the water, as the rain pures and beautify the land, and so the song beautify the heart of the people. Okay, so it is the poem Voice of Rain. And now look at the some literary devices. There are some literary the poetic devices. The first of all, in this poem, it is free verse poem. Free verse, there is no rhyme scheme in the end of the line, so it is free verse, first thing. And the second is, there are some the alliteration, the poetic device. You can see the alliteration like the soft and shower here. So s sound is repeating, so alliteration is there. And you can see in the second line to tell, so t sound is also repeating here, so it is alliteration here. Okay, and next, the other poetic devices is personification. Personification, so when the poet personify the non-living things to make person, so that is called personification. When the poet says I, okay, so I, you can see here the personification I. And the poem of earth, the voice of rain, the voice of rain, I and voice of rain. That is the example of, these are the example of personification. Personification. Because the poet personified the rain, and rain said that I am, and I, it is like human beings, it is like the person, so it is personified. And the voice of the rain has sound, not voice. Why the like the human beings who talked with each other, so the voice came from the human beings, and the sound came from the rain. But the poet says that the voice of the rain, it is the voice of the rain, so the poem personified. So figure of speech personification is also here. And you can see some other devices like imagery is also here. Imagery is when the poet gives such as words which creates an scene, and the people imagine a scene, and so that is called imagery. And the soft falling shower is the example of imagery, because when the poet use these words, so the soft falling shower, so the people or the readers can imagine that scene, the soft falling shower, that the beautiful scene, the soft falling shower, it is imagery. Okay, and some other devices too also here, the like the poem of earth. Poem of earth, it is the example of metaphor, because the poet compared, what is where the metaphor, when the poet compares two things, that is the metaphor. And here the poet compares poem of earth, the rain with a poem. Poet compares rain to the poem. Okay, so it is metaphor is also here. And here you can see like the bottomless sea, it is here also here, the bottomless sea, sea has bottom, sea has its bottom, but poet used the word bottomless sea. Bottomless sea means a very deep, so that is called bottomless sea. So it is hyperbola. What is it? Is hyperbola. Hyperbola is when the poet exaggerates words, exaggerate the meaning, that is called hyperbola. So here the figure of speech is hyperbola also here. And now in the second stanza, you can see some other poetic devices here. So I descend. I is personification is also here, and the consonance is also here. Consonance, where the what is the consonance? Consonance means when the consonant sound in the line where the consonant sound is prominent, like the D sound is prominent here, the descent, drought, and dust. So D sound is prominent in this line. And in the next line you can see the them without, so the sound is prominent. Okay, so it is the example of consonants. Okay, and in last line you can see also the example of consonants like the wandering and racked and unracked and duly with returns. So R sound is prominent. When the vowel sound is prominent, so that is called assonance, and when the consonant sound prominent become prominent, so that is called consonance. Okay, so it is also a poetic devices, and some other poetic devices like the anaphora is also here. You can see anaphora. What is anaphora? Anaphora means when the two or more consecutive lines starts with the same word. So it is these lines starts with and. So it is anaphora is also here. Okay. So these are some poetic devices. Now it is the turn of Hindi summary. Okay. तो इसमें हमने पढ़ा था कि वॉइस ऑफ द रेन पोएट रेन की आवाज़, रेन की वॉइस को बताना चाहता है, और पोएट कहता है कि उसने एक बार रेन से क्वेश्चन किया, सॉफ्ट फॉलिंग शावर से, जो बहुत हल्की फुहार, हल्की बौछार बारिश की, हैवी रेन नहीं, जो हल्की फुहार पड़ती है बारिश की, सॉफ्ट फॉलिंग शावर, उससे पूछा कि हु आर यू, उससे क्वेश्चन किया हु आर यू, और ये बहुत ही स्ट्रेंज, वो अमेज था, बहुत ही सरप्राइज था क्या सुन कर के, रेन गेव आंसर टू द पोएट। जब रेन ने पोएट को आंसर दिया तो वो बहुत ही अमेजिंग थिंग थी। और क्या आंसर दिया? जो भी आंसर दिया वो पोएट ने यहाँ पर लिखा है, उसकी ये पोएम बनाई है। सो ये जो पोएम है ये वॉइस ऑफ द रेन है, इसीलिए कहा गया इट इज़ वॉइस ऑफ रेन, बिकॉज द रेन गेव आंसर टू द पोएट। रेन ने पोएट को आंसर दिया और उसी आंसर को उसने इस पोएम में लिखा है, तो इसीलिए कहा है ये पोएम क्या है, वॉइस ऑफ द रेन है। अब रेन क्या आंसर देती है उसको देखिए। रेन कहती है कि मैं अर्थ की पोयम हूँ, मैं धरती की पोयम हूँ। और उस वॉइस ऑफ द रेन ने कहा एटर्नल, मैं एटर्नल हूँ। एटर्नल माने जो इमॉर्टल होता है, जो अमर होता है, जो कभी नहीं मरता। तो रेन भी फॉरएवर रहती है, कभी ख़त्म नहीं होती, कभी नहीं मरती। इसीलिए वो पोएट कहता है एटर्नल। आई राइज, आई राइज माने मैं राइज होती हूँ, मैं निकलती हूँ या मैं उठती हूँ। इनपैल्पेबल, इनपैल्पेबल का मतलब जिसको टच नहीं किया जा सकता, जो जिसको देखा नहीं जा सकता, जो अदृश्य है। क्योंकि जब रेन वेपर के रूप में लैंड से और सी से उठती है तो वो दिखाई नहीं देती और वेपर जो है वो सीधे आसमान में ऊपर चल जाती है। तो इसीलिए रेन कहती है कि मैं एक तो एटर्नल हूँ, दूसरी मैं अर्थ की पोयम हूँ, और तीसरे मैं बिना दिखाई दिए लैंड से और बॉटमलेस सी। अब यहाँ पर बॉटमलेस सी कहा है, मैंने बहुत गहरा समुद्र जो है, मैं वहाँ से ऊपर उठती हूँ, वो उसका बर्थ प्लेस है। वहाँ से वेपर के फॉर्म में इवेपराइजेशन होता है और वेपर के फॉर्म में वो ऊपर उठती है, आसमान में जाती है। और फिर पोएम कहती है अपवर्ड टू हेवन, मैंने मैं ऊपर जाती हूँ स्काई में, हेवन में, और वहाँ पर वैग्युली फॉर्म्ड, वहाँ पर मैं अपना फॉर्म चेंज कर देती हूँ और एक इम्प्रॉपर शेप ले लेती है। क्योंकि जब बूंद वेपर ऊपर उठती है तो उसका फॉर्म वेपर का फॉर्म होता है, लेकिन फिर वो अपना फॉर्म चेंज कर देती है और अपना फॉर्म क्लाउड का फॉर्म बना लेती, बादलों वाला फॉर्म बना लेती। और वो बादलों वाला फॉर्म वो कहती है कि ऑल टुगेदर चेंज्ड, ये पूरा चेंज हो जाती है उसकी फॉर्म। एंड येट द सेम मैंने अपना करेक्टर नहीं बदलती, अपना नेचर नहीं बदलती। जो नेचर है उसका, उसके अंदर जो पानी की बूंदें हैं वो नहीं बदलती, उसका जो नेचर है वो सेम रहता है, केवल बाहर का फॉर्म बदलता है। और फिर कहता है, फिर रेन कहती है कि आई डिसेंड, मैं फिर नीचे आती हूँ। डिसेंड मीन्स कम्स डाउन। और क्यों आती हूँ नीचे? टू लेव द ड्रॉट्स, जो ड्रॉट्स है, जो ये ड्राई एरियाज हैं दुनिया में, उनको भिगोने के लिए, उनको साफ करने के, वॉश करने के लिए, उनको लाइफ देने के लिए। एटोमीज, एटोमीज मैंने जो लिटिल टाइनी पार्टिकल्स हैं, कण कण है जो धरती का, उसको, डस्ट लेयर ऑफ द ग्लोब, और जो ग्लोब है, जो पूरी धरती है, उस पर जो डस्ट की लेयर है एटमॉस्फेयर में, उस डस्ट की लेयर को वॉश करने के लिए, डस्ट की लेयर को वहाँ से साफ करने के लिए वो मैं फिर धरती पर आती हूँ। एंड ऑल दैट इन देम विदाउट मी। और फिर वो कहती है कि मैं लाइफ देती हूँ, मैं ज़िंदगी देती हूँ धरती को, क्योंकि धरती में जो सीड्स होते हैं, जो बीज होते हैं, वो अगर मैं ना आऊँ, अगर बारिश ना आए, तो वो फिर सीड ही रहेंगे, केवल अनबॉर्न रहेंगे, वो फिर पैदा ही नहीं होंगे, उनसे प्लांट ग्रो नहीं होगा, हरियाली नहीं होगी। तो जो धरती को लाइफ देती है, वो कहती है कि मैं धरती को अपने ओरिजिन प्लेस को, जो उसका भी ओरिजिनल प्लेस है, उसको डे एंड नाइट, रात और दिन में उसको लाइफ देती हूँ, ज़िंदगी देती हूँ, अपने ही बर्थ प्लेस को लाइफ देती हूँ। क्योंकि रेन का बर्थ प्लेस भी लैंड है, सी है, और फिर जब बारिश आती है तो फिर उसी लैंड पे बारिश गिरती है, और वो जो सीड्स होते हैं वो ग्रो हो जाते हैं, उग जाते हैं, और एक नई लाइफ धरती पे, एक ग्रीनरी फैल जाती है। इसीलिए कहती है कि मैं अपने बर्थ प्लेस को लाइफ देती हूँ। एंड मेक्स प्योर एंड ब्यूटिफाइड, और उसको प्योर बनाती है, ब्यूटिफाई करती है, अपने उसको ब्यूटीफुल बनाती है। अब यहाँ पर लास्ट की दो लाइनें जो हैं वो ब्रैकेट्स में हैं। ब्रैकेट का मतलब ये है कि इट इज़ नॉट द वॉइस ऑफ रेन, ये रेन की आवाज़ नहीं है, ये रेन की वॉइस तो यहाँ ख़त्म हो गई। अब पोएट की वॉइस है। अब पोएट ये कहता है, पोएट कंपेयर करता है यहाँ पर, रेन को कंपेयर करता है पोयम से, रेन को कंपेयर करता है सॉन्ग से, कि जो सॉन्ग होता है, जो पोयम होती है, वो भी पोएट के हार्ट से निकलती है, उसका बर्थ प्लेस पोएट का हार्ट है, और वहाँ से निकल करके वो पूरी दुनिया में घूमती है, लोगों को सेटिस्फाई करती है, लोगों की फीलिंग्स को फुलफिलमेंट करती है, लोग इन्जॉय करते हैं, लोग उन गानों को और उस पोएम को सुनते हैं, और वो खुश होते हैं, और फिर वो प्रेज़ करते हैं, फिर वो प्रशंसा करते हैं उस पोएट की जिसने उसे बनाया, वो प्रशंसा करते हैं उस पोएम की, उस गीत की, उस सॉन्ग की, और वो प्रेजिंग फॉर्म में, एक प्रशंसा के रूप में वापस पोएट के पास आता है। और पोएट इसलिए नहीं सुनाता कि उसे कोई सुने, कुछ रैक्ड, और रैक्ड मने वो चाहे सुने जाए ना सुने जाए, लेकिन जो पोएट का सॉन्ग है वह वापस लौटता है, और वापस जब लौटता है तो वो लव लेकर के आता है, लव रिटर्न्स, अपने साथ लव लाता है लोगों का, जो लोग उसको पसंद करते हैं, वो तो लव रिटर्न्स, वो लव वापस आता है प्रेजिंग फॉर्म में, लव के फॉर्म में, वो सॉन्ग, वो गीत, वो वापस पोएट तक आता है, तो उसका भी एक चक्र पूरा हो जाता है। जैसे वाटर साइकिल पूरा हुआ, ऐसे ही सॉन्ग साइकिल भी पूरा हो गया। ओके, तो इस तरह से ये पोएम थी। इसमें कुछ क्वेश्चंस हैं, आप ये देख सकते हो, यहाँ पर कुछ क्वेश्चंस हैं, और ये आज का आपका होमवर्क है। 1 2 3 4 5 6, ये 6 क्वेश्चंस हैं, ये आपको करने हैं। ओके, यही आपका आज का होमवर्क है, और इस तरह से ये इट इज़ द एंड ऑफ द पोएम वॉइस ऑफ द रेन। ओके।